Greetings, fellow Americans. I'm Bryce Starr, your candidate for the people. You know, I came into this great presidential race with the motto of fixing us before them, and that's exactly what we need to do. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not a shift in military strategy, but rather a change in focus to our own domestic issues, so there's no increasing involvement in foreign affairs. So, you may ask, why do we need change? And the answer to this is simply, we aren't the best country in the world anymore. You know, we sure used to be, and we definitely have the potential to get back on top, but we need to make a change. We need to strengthen our foreign policy to protect ourselves at home in order to rebuild a nation devastated by greed, complacency, and a lack of self-interest. We need to contain these issues so that they don't seep through the cracks of corruption and leak out onto the global stage. And by doing this, it's the only way to ensure the growth and success of this great America. As for my platform views, one of my strong suits is definitely the legalization of recreational marijuana. And this is something that very few politicians want to get involved with, but I, for one, as a hopeful leader of this great American nation, I believe it's something that we need to get involved with. Of course, we need to create legislation that limits the use to, for say, an individual's own home, or not in public places or in front of children, but we're missing out on a huge economic boon for the American people. Now, we all know that Colorado has already legalized marijuana, and according to the Washington Post just last year, they have seen an increase of $700 million in tax revenue. Now, it's projected by the same organization that if California were to legalize the use of recreational marijuana, they would see an increase of $1.4 billion, with a B, in tax revenue. Now, this is something that we need to focus on because we would be truly enveloping my motto of fixing us before them, fixing the problems in America, raising money to help fight the problems that we have here. Now, as for another big issue in today's great American society, the rights of LGBTs across America has been infringed upon. Now, this is something I do not believe in, as the rights to marriage should lie with the individuals themselves. Marriage is a contract, and it should be carried over from state to state as declared by our Constitution. However, that's not being done. So rather than wasting our time legalizing it state by state, we need to do it nationally, so where it won't make a difference what happens. Now, some people would say that, you know, America is a Christian nation, and, you know, even though you are the majority, it's not. There's a separation of church and state, and we don't have a national religion, so saying that is not true, and it hurts the people who support the LGBT community. You know, I can only hope that, you know, society doesn't see me as an individual trying to undermine the greatness of America, because I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to prove a point that we aren't the best in the world anymore, but we certainly can be. We're 14th in education. How can we expect the rest of the world to respect us as a world power when we're 14th in education? We have to be number one. And right now, the only thing we're number one is incarcerations per capita. That's something we need to change. We need to become the best again. Now, another big issue we see on the news and the media today is abortion this and abortion that. And as a strong representative for the pro-choice community in America, you know, this is something that we need to step in on. You know, I've never been pregnant, nor will I ever be, but who am I to honestly argue with a mother who's about to give birth and speak to the complications that could arise in their own lives after the birth of this child? I can't, nor will I ever be able to. So we need to create legislation that says after a baby inside a mother is able to survive outside the womb with no other complications, then it would be considered illegal to kill the baby, because that would be considered murder. However, up until that point, the choice needs to lie with the mother, because it's up to them whether to decide if they're ready for that commitment or not. Now, another big issue I'd really like to hit on here is the improved and increasing use of unmanned aerial systems in today's society. We as Americans are really missing out on a huge economic chunk of the global market share because we haven't truly grasped the potential of these systems. Europe and Australia, however, have. And they're seeing a big economic turnaround because people are going around and flying these things, taking incredible pictures. They're going over power lines so a human individual doesn't have to get hurt doing so. And they're seeing a better society. This is something that as Americans and as hopefully the greatest nation in the world, we need to bring in. I mentioned before that I am the candidate for the people. And I truly believe that because this is America. This is freedom.
Where's the finger?
So please,
Alright.
get your shit together. Oh shit, it's filming.